Hi, I'm Nigel Kent.
And I'm Jazmine Starr.
And welcome to Trouble in Paradise, the podcast where everything is awesome and we talk about how awesome it is to live in Southwest Florida. I can't even stand how awesome it is to live in beautiful, sunny Southwest Florida. How do you feel about it, Jazmine Starr?
Well, it's all right.
Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I need to talk to you about our long-lost friend, Gabby. I heard a signal from Gabby, and it wasn't a smoke signal like Scooter McGavin style. It was a legitimate text message. So I think she may have been found somewhere north of the Viagra Triangle, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later, along with two Florida women stories, which I think you're going to find very entertaining. One of them involves a taser, and the other one involves a Rolex watch, which possibly was stolen from a guy who went to the Viagra Triangle. And then we've got some missed connections to talk about with that.
I love missed connections.
Missed connections.
Yes.
If I was a porn star and I was a girl, my name would be Missed Connections. Thank you for laughing. And then, of course, we have a couple of things to plug, which we will do so now and later. We will plug our favorite buddies on Instagram. There's this really spanky couple by the name of Our Kissing Problem on Instagram that a lot of people say kind of looks like Jazmine and I. I don't see the resemblance, but
I kind of do. I can see where they can maybe think that it's possibly us.
And the bottom line here, people, is if you want to see a woman who looks almost exactly like Jazmine and see her ass, that's where you can do it. Our Kissing Problem on Instagram.
We can't guarantee that it's Jazmine, but it does.
We can't guarantee that it's Jazmine, but
it does kind of resemble her.
It does kind of resemble her butt. And of course,
but how do you know what my butt looks like?
Because I looked up Our Kissing Problem on Instagram and saw a picture of a woman who looks just like you, and that's what her butt looks like. So I'm assuming that your butt looks like her butt.
You must have been the photographer.
I doubt it. And then we've also got another buddy on Instagram that we need everybody to like and love and follow and hug, and that's Hash Brown the Bike Dog, who is the cutest dog of all time, and she has been known to espouse bicycling and all bike-related stuff. She's quite famous in Naples.
She is.
I was once at breakfast at Poached, and yes, and you know, the Poached restaurants
Some of us call it poached. Locals.
I was told by the owner of the place it's actually called Poached.
No way.
And so...
Wait. Poached.
The restaurant is called Poached.
What was his rationale on calling it poached when it's clearly spelled poached?
He had a heavy Russian accent.
So, okay.
Anywho, and so they also have those Russian drinks. What are those Russian...
White Russians?
White Russian. No, I don't think they have...
Black Russians?
No.
Hispanic Russians?
No. African Russians?
Like an African dingo?
Yes. Like a North American Blumpkin? Or the Nova Scotian Blumpkin?
The black-nosed Blumpkin.
The black-nosed Blumpkin, the little-known but very adorable breed of dog that can sometimes be seen on Our Kissing Problem on Instagram and even on Hash Brown the Bike Dog on Instagram. So if you're interested in finding out what a Nova Scotian black-nosed Blumpkin looks like, it's not what you think, people. It's a dog breed.
It's not recognized by the AKC yet, but we hear that the Canadians are really pushing for that.
Yeah, the Canadians are pushing for the black-nosed Blumpkin. Apparently it's real popular up there in Nova Scotia, and any Nova Scotians out there, please send pictures of your black-nosed Blumpkins discreetly if you must. But please do follow Hash Brown the Bike Dog on Instagram. She is not a Blumpkin. She's a pit bull, but she's the cutest one in the world. And what I was going to say is that she and I went to breakfast at Poached some time ago, and she was actually famous from Instagram already. So somebody at the Poached said, I shit you not, isn't that Hash Brown the bike dog? And I'm like, okay, this has got to be somebody I know, right? And I turned around and it wasn't. It was just somebody that followed
Followed her
Instagram.
hashtag.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep. So she's famous, and by the way, she is the dog that is pictured just to Jane's right, and I'll put on Jazmine Cam. And if you look over Jasmine's shoulder, you will see a picture of the not Nova Scotian Blumpkin dog that we're referencing here. That was the awesomest open that we've ever done in the podcast, and so therefore I think it's imperative that we move on rapidly. What do you think, Jasmine?
Agree. You didn't record any of it.
I'm asleep right now. No, I recorded it. I just hit the wrong cue. We just played our opening music again by accident. So, you know what? My favorite thing about Florida is not what happened to you today, though, while you were in your car. You want to tell us about what happened in your car?
Oh, well, I was talking to you and trying to figure out what our plans were, and I was subject to a Florida snowfall.
Everybody's asleep right now. I hope you're not all as completely betwixt as we are and tongue-tied.
Yeah.
I'm sending signals to the main cam. Okay.
But yeah, my car completely got shit on today.
Who shat on your car? Did somebody walk up and shit on your car?
No, I have no idea how many birds inflicted this kind of damage to my car, but
Oh, so that's legit Florida snow.
it is legit. I quickly hit my windshield wiper, and it smeared white all over the place. There's damage down the entire driver's side of the car.
You mean it crapped on the side of the car as well as the
Well, I
windshield?
mean, it just looks like napalm went off on my car. It's awful.
Was this a whole flock of birds that, like,
I don't know.
they just crap at the same time?
I don't know. Or I don't know how birds shit. Maybe it's like when like a rifle has so many like pellets in it, and it just kind of like, you know, just all of a sudden sprays out however many pellets at one time. But
Oh, like a spread shot of shotgun shell.
it's awful.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that troublesome Florida experience. And,
Thank you.
But it's good because at least it's not real snow.
Right. But this is the cost of living in paradise.
That's true. You just have to put up with the occasional napalm shit bomb explosion all over your car by a gang of angry pelicans.
I know.
You must have been flying by the... I can't. Moving on. This is going to be the shortest duration podcast ever of Trouble in Paradise. Featuring Jazmine Starr, the lovely and talented and quite tastily dressed
Thank you.
Jazmine Starr. Jazmine, for those of you who are listening on the podcast on Stitcher or Apple Podcasts and aren't actually watching the video, Jazmine is wearing a Detroit Red Wings hoodie that looks like a jersey, and she's also wearing a really cool Detroit Red Wings hat that I believe she has owned since she lived in Detroit when she played for the WNBA.
Yes.
So, but we'll fill in the blanks on the professional basketball career of Jazmine Starr. In the meantime, look her up, Google her. She does hold several, actually, franchise records, which we'll get back to. But in the meantime, because she doesn't really like to talk about herself, she gets really humble, and she just doesn't feel comfortable.
And the controversy in the way that my career ended is just, I get a little emotional talking about it. So,
is that why you wear hockey clothing now? Are you ashamed of your basketball career?
I'm not at all ashamed of my basketball career.
I was told that you'd be more comfortable talking about your career and the end of your career if you were wearing your cornrows.
I agree with that, and I will. I can say just one of my accolades that I had was I was a phenomenal ball handler. I can handle some multiple balls at one time. So I think that kind of we can move on into the Florida woman
Okay, so
story.
that's it. Just really good multiple. You could dribble multiple balls.
And I believe that this woman possibly has the same,
The same
not
skill.
not skills that I had as I played with the WNBA, but she got away with quite a massive load. It appears.
Are we talking about the pickup? Yes, we
Yes.
are. So this could very well be a Viagra Triangle story. And what
Yeah.
happened was uh, a a young woman apparently stole a $36,000 Rolex watch from a gentleman, ostensibly older, uh, on some kind of a daddy daughter style date. And this one's from Fox News, so it's probably really well written. It says a Florida woman allegedly stole a man's Rolex worth 36,000 after he took her to a friend's house after they met at a Miami Beach nightclub,
What
police said.
Miami Beach nightclub first is what I'd like to know.
The Hollywood Police Department is now asking for the public's help finding the woman who identifies herself as Carolina. Police said she stole the luxury watch and some cash from the South Florida man's car, a white Tesla. Okay, this guy's definitely old.
What do you mean he's
He
old?
drives a Tesla.
I know a doctor that drives a Tesla.
Yeah, well, that's, how many miles you can drive in a Tesla? Like, you're not going to Key West in one.
I don't know their gas mileage. I just
They don't run on gas, they're electric.
oh.
I forgot. That's right, you played in the WNBA. You're not
In
supposed to know
Detroit,
this.
the Motor City, okay?
I know, Motor City all the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
We used gas.
You better. Yeah, Tesla, the auto industry doesn't care for Tesla very much.
I can see why.
When
She did,
when
though.
I was in high school at Cass Tech, people would actually egg your car if you drove a Japanese car back then.
Really?
Yeah, you would get your car egged in Detroit. They called it Jap car. And that was before all the Korean brands came out, but I'll digress on that. Had met her while partying at the club on January 27th and brought her to his friend's house around 5 a.m. Police said she left about 2.5 hours later, so that's 7:30. So she was there long enough to clean him out,
Well, look at her.
get a nap, and wake up. So she's a little bit voluptuous, right?
Yeah.
She's a little chubby checker.
What do you mean by chubby checker?
Oh, well, she's shapely. She has a lot of curvies.
Those
The-
are good curvies.
Okay, I didn't say anything. I didn't say they were bad. The Hollywood Police Department is now asking for the public's help finding a woman pictured here, in case you're an idiot, who identifies herself as Carolina. According to the Hollywood Police Department, the woman left the home with the victim's car keys. She left the house, video surveillance showed her unlocking the man's vehicle. Police said about 10 minutes later, a man who has not been identified is seen in the video opening the car door and burglarizing the vehicle. So this was an inside job, right? She had a partner in crime. The victim told police that he had locked his car before going into the home and that Carolina left the house with his car keys without his knowledge, according to the police report obtained by Fox News. She could have probably just stood in the window and clicked the clicker to unlock the Tesla. The woman committed the crime of grand theft as well as participating as an accomplice in a vehicle burglary, according to Hollywood police. The victim told officers that the woman is possibly from New Jersey. Oh gosh, you think? She looks like she's from Jersey, right?
No.
Yes, she does.
She does not.
And why not? Where do you
She
think
looks
she's from?
like that is a Miami chick all the way.
Okay. According to the incident report, which added that he also told them he had a couple of videos he took of her at the club. Too bad we don't have those. Because I don't think this is part of this.
No, I don't.
This is going to be an ad. Okay. So, what do you think? She got away with a $36,000 watch. And
I think, okay, time frame. She went there at 5 a.m. is when the arrival was.
Okay, so they were partying all night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 2.5 hours. You have maybe another drink. You get her comfortable. You have an adult time with her.
Between 5 and 7:30 in the morning?
Yeah, she waited for him to pass out after she banged him.
So wait a
And
minute.
then
You what do you mean by
she
have an adult time?
she she totally banged him.
She banged the guy.
She banged him and put him night night because he's he's an older man. And then once he went to bed, then she this is so obvious.
Yeah, it's terrible. So the bottom line is don't
She
go
didn't get
home
paid.
if you're at the Viagra Triangle and the girl looks like this, run away, right?
My take is she did not get paid for her services.
So
So
this was a punitive measure.
I think so.
She was pissed that
Yeah, and
But-
and he's not going to admit to it that he like hired sex for hire, so he's just going to say, "Hey, somebody stole my Rolex."
well, normally if you go and you're a prostitute and you don't get paid, the pimp goes and beats the dude up. Isn't that how that's supposed to work?
Yeah, but maybe her rate was lower than 36 grand and the Rolex was a better deal.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely doesn't look like she's
And
a
not-
$36,000 experience.
No.
Her upper lip is quite funny.
Well, that's total injections.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of Botox going on.
We got a
She's too young for that.
little filler. No,
And
that's
she's got the mega eyebrows too. Man, I can't wait for that to go out of style.
yeah.
So what do you do with this chick, man? Do you throw her in jail or do you get the watch back and slap her on the wrist? You throw the book at her.
She's done this. She's done it before.
There's a pattern here, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'd see this stuff all the time.
Really? You'll have to tell me about that sometime. So,
One of my other careers.
why do you think that
For those not trying to incriminate me in any way, I did have a criminology and a criminal law background, and we'll just leave it at that. So I'm a little bit familiar with some of this.
That's right. I forgot that you're a criminologist.
So
It's interesting though, but that wasn't your major in college, but that was your backup plan for when I'm not going to say what happened when your career ended. Let's put it that way in the WNBA, but it somehow worked out that you were able to then become a very successful criminologist. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Nothing more to add on that. But there's chicks like this at the Viagra Triangle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes people get mistaken for them too.
Well, yeah, you told us in the prior episode about how you and your friends.
Yeah. She is a prime example of what would be picked up, not myself and my friend.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't fit that profile. I don't think at all.
Well, you're not a brunette. You're not a shapely, overweight brunette.
No.
I mean, with big cheeks. Like, she's got extra cheeks because she likes to hit those Fritos, man. That's what I'm telling you. It's just the truth.
the Fritos.
Can't you see her hitting some Fritos?
You know what? That there are people that think that's beautiful. I think she's a pretty girl.
Listen, I think Fritos are beautiful. I love me some Fritos.
I think she's pretty.
I have the same shaped face as her. Here, close up. Put on
No, you don't.
Nigel cam. Yep.
No, you don't.
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 Okay, moving on. So, but speaking of the Viagra Triangle, it is our intent to personally,
Oh, yeah.
we are going to invade the Viagra Triangle and do our very best to recover our friend or have some other amazing shenanigans while we're there.
I think we're going to go for some shenanigans. So,
Well, if we don't find Gabby, then we're definitely going to have to not waste the trip and make sure we have some shenanigans.
yep.
Yes. And that's all we're going to say because the shenanigans haven't quite been figured out.
Yep.
We haven't drawn up the playbook yet.
We will include them though.
We are going to need somebody who's really good at drawing up plays, like a former professional basketball player. Don't you think?
I do.
Yeah. So, Viagra Triangle coming soon to a episode of this podcast soon to you, near you. Can't talk. It's too late. Don't care. Gonna keep plugging away. Missed connections. We did some missed connections last week, and I thought they were pretty freaking funny. And I dare you to try to get me to laugh while reading me a missed connection. And we're each going to get 4 or 5 missed connections to read. And you gain a point if you get me to laugh.
Okay.
And you lose a point if I get you to laugh, and so on. So we each get a point if we get the other person to laugh. Now, as you're reading the missed connection, my face will be on the screen. And as I'm reading yours, your face will be on the screen. So do your worst. This is missed connection number 1, featuring Jazmine Star. Jazmine Star.
Tribute me. I'm giving this a try. I would like to receive a tribute pic. I will show you photos of me and would like to receive tributes from local people. The idea they may be my neighbor or coworkers or people sitting next to me at a restaurant is a turn on. Reply before this is flagged because when it is, it will not be reposted. I just want to talk about this one.
Okay, what's a tribute? I passed the test, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you
right,
did
what's
not
it-
laugh, but
What is a tribute?
a tribute is that's their way of saying they want you to send them some naughty pictures because it turns them on the idea of that, like, I mean, I work with primarily like women. So this would be awkward for me to be like, it kind of turns me on to know like my coworker could send me a picture, you know?
Yeah, okay, well, if they're attracted to the coworker but they haven't said anything about it, that's kind of a fantasy, right? That kind of makes sense.
Maybe why? You want a guy like that you work with to send you a tribute?
Not necessarily a guy,
But, like what about like your neighbor?
but a tribute means a dirty picture. Is that what that means?
That's what they're asking for. Please send me a dirty picture because it turns me on. The idea that it might be
Might
like
be my neighbor.
like my neighbor, maybe the one that answers this ad.
I'll tell you what. If my neighbor ever sends me a dirty tribute, I'm gonna
Dirty
move.
tribute.
Well, whatever. A tribute. Period. I'm moving.
Okay, all right. So then take this a step further. Why would you do like say your boss like all of a sudden like
Yeah, that's gonna be awkward, right?
how do you handle that?
Probably a lawsuit. Yeah, like why'd you send me that, bro?
Yeah, but you're
Or
the one
possible blackmail.
you're
Blackmail.
You're the one erase.
Well, that would be blackmail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that was the one, huh?
The tribute.
Let me get mine up here on the screen, and we will go through them. I'm going to start at the top. But you've already read all these, right?
There's a way that they can be read though. Like some of them are worth discussion though too because I mean I just don't understand like the people in misconnections. It really I don't know like if they're serious. Like I mean we talked about this the last time.
I think some of them are serious.
I do think they're serious. I think some of them are ways of proposition, but either way, some of the way they word them are just freaking funny.
All right, you ready for this one?
Okay,
Let's see if let's get the jazz cam going.
I gotta, you know me. I can't.
Can I?
All right. And I have to stare at you.
I stared at you.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to stare at me.
I have to make eye contact.
Produce section. All right, let me
Okay, wait.
let me start over.
Wait. I wasn't ready.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hello? Hey, Mom. Hey, I'm just happen to be in the studio right now recording a podcast live. So say hello to the entire internet. Mom says hi, everybody. Can I call you back in just a little bit? Okay, love you. I will. All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Wait a second. I can't take you seriously unless you put your Viking hat on.
Oh, that's right. That's probably what it was. That's why
It
you
was.
laughed.
I think that's why I
All
laughed.
right. So that doesn't count then. That doesn't count.
You see,
This one will count.
I am terrible at this stuff. And all of this kind of crap just makes me laugh. So,
Okay.
all right. Let's start over with the produce section.
You ready?
Am I allowed to smile as long as I don't laugh?
You're allowed to smile as long as you don't laugh.
Okay.
Yes. Start over. Start over. Okay. I won't look at you. I won't look at you. Produce section, Naples. Young Latin guy free-balling in camo shorts, tank top, and flip-flops, showing these amazing feet yesterday in produce section about 3 p.m. Mature, 59, fit guy wants to spoil you. Okay, I think you made it. You made it.
Free balling in camo shorts.
Yep. All right. Your turn.
Oh my god. Whew. Bro. Who likes fishing in backwaters? Be clean, cool, quiet. ... We fish and what you think?
What does that mean? What is this hand motion? Are you done reading it?
That was it.
Oh, you were done with it by the time I laughed.
That was like, but that's the okay. First, fishing in backwaters. Be clean, cool, quiet. ... We fish and what? You're in the backwaters. This is like Deliverance invite.
Backwaters. Well,
I make you squeal like a pig. Like,
okay.
so wait, did that
You
count?
got me. No, you got me that time.
So that's 1 point for
I think I laughed once and you laughed once.
you. Got me as soon as you had me at produce.
And then the second one you didn't laugh on though. So this is now
You had me at produce.
okay.
Okay.
But we redid that one, right? Because you were whatever. So here we go.
Okay.
Blonde doctor with Jaguar today. Naples. You were the very nice blonde doctor with the Jaguar that I chatted with in the parking lot today. You were very sweet, and it was simply nice talking with you. I am not sure if you are single or not. If you happen to see this, please say hello. Thanks. Okay, you survived. You survived.
How many doctors in Naples, blondes that are hot and drive a Jaguar, do you think are reading misconnections like you have any chance in hell?
Yeah, it's not about that. It's about somebody else trying to fulfill that fantasy and take pity on them and be like, oh, that guy is never going to get a blonde doctor in Jaguar, so I'll just tell him that that's me. And I'm a 320-pound, just grotesquely overweight, bearded man.
With blonde hair.
With blonde hair and a Jaguar.
And a Toyota.
Yeah, old shitty car. Okay. What do you got? Hold on. Now.
Home Depot at Davison Airport, East Naples. You delivered something to my home Saturday and we had a great time. Clearly, you like Daddy's company. I am home now. Come over and let's repeat.
I am home now. These are pretty short.
Yeah.
I think I survived that one.
You did survive
Although I
it.
had a moment where I thought I was gonna.
What? Daddy's company?
Something like that.
Is it me calling?
It might have had something to do with the Home Depot. Okay, your turn.
Oh.
See, you have a natural advantage because you have read all of these.
Some of them make me laugh every time.
Did we just have a camera reset? I think we did. Yes, your camera just froze. Which means we're going to have to go on main cam for you now for the rest of the program.
Okay.
Because all we have on Jazz Cam is you going, like that. Anyway. So you're going to have to look at the main cam.
Okay.
Well, I guess you don't have to. Just look at me and we'll try to make you laugh as best we can.
Okay.
Looking for the couple from last winter, Marco Island. Just curious if the couple I went join in with last winter is still around. I'm on Marco Island. We met on here initially. I'm from up north. You enjoyed watching while your wife and I would start, and then you'd join in and clean up. Hope you two are still out there. This one was from last week. We did this one already. I tried to deliver it differently, and you're just like, yeah, stone-faced. Just stone-faced. Your turn.
What's cleanup mean, though? Is this...
Well, your wife and I would start, and then you'd join in and clean up.
Do you think this is a male or a female?
I think it's a man who has listed it as, and he's a man, and the man he's referring to is also a man. Your wife and I
would get started.
Yeah.
But that could be a female too.
A wife? You mean meaning two females?
Yeah, and then he's like
well,
watching.
For that matter,
and
this
then,
could be three females then.
And then you'd come in and clean up. Your husband and I. Right?
No, it doesn't say anything about a husband. It says your wife and I would start, and then you join in and clean up.
Okay.
But I would think this is a straight couple, and this is a man. Oh, look, this camera finally came back on. Yay! Technical difficulties all over the place. This is the best podcast ever.
I know what you're going to do with that.
Yeah, me too.
So why are we
calling attention to the fact? It just gives me a marker so I know where to fucking edit it right. For shit's sake. All right, moving on. You're up next.
Mr. Corrections Officer, Port Charlotte. You always come into my racetrack and you look at me from a distance. You know, the pretty black girl. I'm not sure if you're interested, but I get the vibe you are. When you make fun of my sports jerseys, are you trying to tell me something? If so, I would like to know. I've been hurt so many times by men, I would reach out, but I'm afraid. Craigslist is the only way I feel comfortable reaching out, even if it's indirectly. At least I told you. By the way, I think you're very attractive. XOXO. P.S. I am so glad you saw this. I can't tell you the amount of courage it took me to tell you about this Craigslist ad. You can get mad at me for tricking you later. Just tell me how much you hate me on our first date.
Okay, that one was all over the place.
Yeah.
So she's a correction. She works at a racetrack.
She's a racetrack.
And she has a crush on this
corrections
officer who apparently comes to a racetrack for some reason.
Coffee.
Oh, racetrack gas station.
Yes.
I'm thinking like Daytona, like racetrack.
No, she's like a cashier, or like
okay.
So he's coming in, he's getting his coffee.
All right, that's kind of cute then.
Then
right?
she's like, "Hey, I'm the black girl that you kind of like flirt with, but I'm terrified to talk to you. And, you know, I'm just putting it out there. I think you're hot. And you make fun of my sports jerseys.
You know what we
That's how
should
you
do?
know it's
I would
me.
like to reach out to some of these people and be like, dude, did you find him? Because you need to come on our podcast.
Because they said, P.S., I'm so glad you saw this. I can't tell you the amount of courage it took me to tell you. So that's what she did. She puts it on Craigslist and then she does a P.S. later. And she's like, I'm so glad you saw this. And I had the courage to tell you. Like, she's probably like, the next time he came in, he's like, like, what kind of jersey is that? You like really like the Browns? And
You're one of those.
you're one of those people, huh? And then she's like, I think you are, I think you should go and just look on Craigslist. Like she froze and then she's like, you need to go, like, look on Craigslist.
So this is a multi-visit thing.
Yeah.
Where she, instead of
It is a thing.
go look on, well, then obviously he was interested enough to do it. And he wasn't just blowing her off. And so he actually
Right.
went and looked at it.
So we might have, it would be great to follow up with them and find out, like, if their connection, like,
Why don't
really.
you respond to the ad and find out if they actually met? And if so, we'll have them on the show.
Find out, yeah, if a connection was made with.
Perfect. Okay. Now this one is so dumb because I can't stand when people misspell the word through. THREW. Like I threw you the ball. Woman crashed through gate. Woman crashed through gate. Saw you at a Publix at River Chase Plaza. You told me you crashed your car going through a gate. Hope you see this post. That's the least creative misconnection post ever.
Why?
I want to read it in several different accents now.
Okay.
I saw you at Publix at River Chase Plaza. You told me you crashed your car going through a gate. I hope you see this post.
How about that?
So bad.
Really? No? I don't think I have another one in me.
No, I mean, it may be.
I saw you at Publix up at the River Chase Plaza. You told me you done crashed your car going through a gate. Well, hope you see this post. No.
Like, I just don't get the like,
Yeah. No other detail. You were
Yeah.
beautiful.
right.
I loved you from
Right.
the moment I saw you.
Exactly.
No, it's just like, well, you told me you crashed your car.
You were the one that crashed your car at the River Chase Publix. I saw it. You need a witness?
Yeah. You didn't like my Igor?
I saw you crash your car.
Yes, you were too busy. You were too busy into it to see me.
I couldn't look at you. I would have lost it. All right, you're up next.
M seeking submissive F Fort Myers.
Ooh. What does M and F stand for?
Well, Mother Fletcher, or male seeking submissive female.
Oh,
Let's go with that one.
it's not a Mark seeking a Frank, huh?
No. I am seeking a submissive female for role play during daytime. Beginner's welcome. I look forward to hearing from you.
A submissive female for role play during daytime.
Right.
That's code language for that's when my wife's at work.
Exactly.
These people are so smart.
Exactly. Beginner's welcome. Meaning, I don't care if you've ever done this before. If you have a hole that I can inject it into and torture, then I am the one for you. And I look forward to hearing from you.
I love how you just expanded your own wording into it. All right. Which voice do you want this one read in? Just pick one. Pick a voice, any voice.
Redneck.
Southeast Cape pipe cleaner and expert woodworker here. Southeast Cape Coral. Regular caring and complete service for all your plumbing needs. No job too big or small. Now, and he also didn't use the correct to. He put T-O. No job too big Or small.
You had me with the way you did that weird thing with your jaw.
Okay. That's what she said. Okay.
Looking for a good buddy, North Fort Myers. Looking for a guy in Buccaneer or close by. That would be a good buddy to stop over. Buccaneer preferred, but nearby is okay too.
What are they referring to when they say Buccaneer? Are they talking about the football stadium up there?
I don't know. This is a guy in Buccaneer. Is this the place in Florida?
Well, maybe there is a city in Florida called Buccaneer.
I've never heard of Buccaneer.
I wouldn't be surprised because that's a pirate thing. There's a lot of things named after pirate stuff in Florida. So it could be.
Yeah, but North Fort Myers, though? I mean,
In Buccaneer.
Or is Buccaneer like code for something?
It's probably a development. There's probably a development called Buccaneer.
Oh.
Or Buccaneers Cove or some shit
I
like
bet
that.
you're right.
Ah, well, thank you. I probably am, yeah.
You are like that because you have your...
It's because I went to Cass Tech, ladies and gentlemen. I'm one of many. Diana Ross, John DeLorean, Jack White. Yeah, he and I were in the same class. He's a much better musician than me. Oh, it's my turn. Just Clean D. Marco, East Naples. If you are straight and need a quick nut, I'm your bro. Wait, what? Hold on. Just Clean D. Marco, East Naples. Now the D means penis, right?
Just...
If you are straight and need a quick nut, I'm your bro. Something is not adding up about this guy's ad.
What do you mean?
Um,
Clean D.
Yeah, they're looking for Clean D.
Or maybe he's just saying, hey, I got a clean D. So if you want to click...
I understand, but then
quick nut. Quick nut.
Did you say quick clit?
It's a clit nut.
A clit nut? So, but here's the thing, though. I get it, but it says if you are straight and need a quick nut, I'm your bro. So this guy is just trying to do it with straight guys. How is he ever gonna? This is an uphill climb for him, right?
If you're straight.
If you're straight and need a quick nut, I'm your bro.
Or is he just like trying to keep it totally cash with the women? And being like, you know what? I'm not going to be your boyfriend. I'm not going to be anything other than a bro for
who
you.
Who offers a quick nut to a girl, though? I see what you're saying, but
you have.
I don't know what you're talking about. But that's like, you know what? At the Viagra Triangle, I'm going to offer somebody a quick nut, and we'll see how that goes. You need a quick nut? And then I'll have a peanut or a cashew that I can give them. Anyway, Just Clean D.
Just Clean D.
Hey, you know that's like the family-friendly rapper, Just Clean D.
That is either a song or a group in the making. Just Clean D.
Just Clean D.
Yeah.
Really, really clean, smart rap music for toddlers and children. With no cussing.
Right. And then I can even add it to like Zumbini or something like that.
Zumbini.
That way the
twerking.
Mommy and Me program and everything.
Uh-huh.
Like ABC, Just Clean D. You know, it would be perfect.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P. Okay. Your turn.
Breakfast at 2 a.m. in Cape Coral. Any girl want to meet and have breakfast at the Waffle House on Del Pedro at 2
Is it
a.m.?
Del Prado?
It is supposed to be, but they wrote Del Pedro.
Del Pedro?
Yes.
Instead of Del Prado. Maybe there is a Del Pedro.
No.
I don't think so.
Any girl want to meet and have breakfast at the Waffle House on Del Pedro at 2 a.m.? My treat.
Did you say Waffle House?
The awful waffle on Del Pedro at 2 a.m.
Only at 2 a.m.
Only 2 a.m. because the last call. We have to wait
2:30.
once they hit last call, and then I'm your guy.
Oh, he's just waiting for all the drunk women to come out. So
Right. Meet me at the Waffle House, and I am going to spoil you rotten.
that's what it says. I'm gonna spoil you rotten at the
I'm going
Waffle
to
House.
spoil you rotten. Anything you want, baby. You want some
Get them
pancakes?
grits.
Did you just say get me some grits?
Did you? What about them bacons?
I'll get you some bacons.
What about if I want a bagel?
They don't have bagel.
Well, then you ain't spoiling me rotten at the Waffle House at 2 a.m.
No, but they have those waffles with the maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
And I'll spread that maple syrup all over your body.
That's all in the ad? That's all that's in the ad, huh?
No, I was totally freeballing it.
Oh, you're
Just like-
free-balling. Free-balling.
Just like the guy in the camo shorts in the produce section.
140 bus, Fort Myers. I know this is a long shot. I've seen you on the 140 bus in the mornings. I get on at Rosa Parks and you are on already. You had an Under Armour shirt on today. Tell me what stop you get off at. Ah, I see what he did there.
What? What?
Your turn.
That's it? That's
Yeah, that
that's
was the
all I
lamest
got?
one all. Finished on a lame note.
No, but I mean, first of all, it had to be Rosa Parks.
Why?
You get off, she gets on at Rosa Parks, or he gets on at Rosa Parks on 140 bus. This is a catastrophe. Oh,
Our whole studio is falling apart at this point. Go away, cat. We've just had a cat try to destroy the entire studio. Go. 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 Alright, this is going to require so much editing. Boom. Boop. Okay.
oh,
And now you've got cat hair in your beverage.
yeah.
Alright, well,
Moving on.
that means only one thing. It means we have to do our final segment of the evening, which is Florida Woman. The next Florida Woman segment. Now, we have an interesting Florida woman story. It goes a little something like this. Florida woman repeatedly tases husband after he asks for separation, say the police.
Oh, she looks so sad.
And there she is. This is apparently a woman by the name of Pamela Carr. So says the New York Post. And, you know, the New York Post has a lot of Florida man and Florida woman stories. I don't know why they really seem to pick on it, but they must get a lot of traffic from it. A Florida woman whose husband said he was leaving her soon dealt with an even bigger shock. Oh. Tasing him several times as they fought, according to cops. Pamela Jane Carr. Where'd she get a silly middle name like that, Jazmine? 68, blew a fuse Sunday morning at her Clearwater home when hubby Thomas Burke, 73, asked for a separation after 9 years of marriage, according to an arrest affidavit. As they fought, the furious white, quote, wife, quote, pulled out a taser and dry stunned him several times. What does dry stun mean? Is that a taser term?
Yeah.
You know about law enforcement and stuff. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Dry stun, I believe, is when you just, like, you hold it. It's not like the prongs that shoot out. Like, you hold it
you
against
just jam
them.
it against him and you don't actually electrocute the guy.
No, you do, but I mean, you're several times. So she would, like, just hold it against him and, like, zzz, zzz, like, you know.
This sounds like a couple of elderly people fighting. It must have been the most uneventful tasing of all time.
That would be awful.
It could be. Sorry. So she admitted to tasing her husband, the document says, stressing that she claims it was in self-defense. I shot the sheriff.
But I did not shoot the deputy.
And it was not clear if the husband was injured or needed treatment. Carr was charged with aggravated domestic battery, a felony, and was released from the county jail Sunday night after posting $1,000 bond. She was barred from contacting her husband or possessing firearms or ammunition, but they're probably going to let her keep her taser, right?
Right.
She will be allowed one visit with a law enforcement escort to retrieve her belongings from their mobile home community.
Aw.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I wonder what they were fighting about.
I wonder what time of day it was.
I mean, these kinds of things probably usually happen at night, right?
You would think, but like, you know, if you tried to wake me up in the morning,
Uh-huh.
you know,
If I tried to wake you up in the morning?
or if
Are
I
you-
were woken up
Listen,
in
do
the...
you have a crush on me?
I kind of did, Nigel.
You keep making these suggestive comments. I think you're going to give me something to think about here.
Let's give him something to talk about.
How about love? Okay.
That's it.
I'm going to edit that out too. Yeah, so anyway, about waking up in the morning.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You would tase me in the morning if I tried to wake you up?
I'm just not a morning person. No, I would not tase you, but I could see how maybe a menopausal woman or somebody, well, she should have been way
Did you just
post-menopausal.
also remove menopausal women from our audience now?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I mean, we literally have nobody left in our audience at this point. Thank you, Jazmine Star. It's official now.
Well, then,
Menopausal women were the only people that just loved us. Did you just pout? Okay.
anyway.
Are you going to talk
Do
about...
you know what it's like to be woken up in the morning with somebody sticking their schlong in your back? Have you ever had that happen, Nigel?
Not on purpose.
I don't think this is probably a story for this time, but I would like to hear that story sometime.
You may.
Okay. But personally speaking, you know, when you get a hey, babe,
You
and
mean like somebody's trying to wake you up?
yeah, or like even like a sternal rub because you're so like out of it and they're just like trying to like wake you up.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like
But that would still be preferable to the wake-up style that I think
know.
you're referring to.
like, you know, you're getting poked from behind.
So what's better? Are you getting poked from behind by some morning wood? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and all you have to do is just go pee and it'll go away. It's uneventful.
Have you ever tried to urinate with an erection?
No, Nigel, I have not.
It's difficult to urinate with an erection.
How do you do it?
You wait.
So you and
You wait for the erection to go away and then you pee.
okay. Now, how, in my experience, let me just say, those kind of erections don't work. Like, they are because a man has to pee.
So you think that the morning wood erection is designed to prevent the man from peeing the bed?
It's like he wakes up because, you know, it's like there's extra blood. The blood's flowing in the morning. It's like, you know, just like somebody would stretch and everything like in bed.
And so the
the
penis
dick's
goes,
doing-
I'm stretching.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, hello, I'm ready for the day. But once a
Okay,
man
so you're
goes
going to give
in,
you're giving a psychological rationale and a physiological rationale.
I just
and you're
don't
saying
think they're
that-
productive.
They're not productive. Well, they keep the guy from peeing his pants if he's got a full bladder. That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, because you have to pee. It's not because you need to get off.
Okay, lots of times guys get erections and they don't get off.
That sucks for them.
Well, I don't understand what you're upset about.
No, I just like don't like, you know, I'm just trying to relate to the possibility of why this woman may have tased her husband. Maybe he was trying to like wake her up in the morning with some morning wood.
So you're telling me
And she's not a morning person.
that
She hasn't had her coffee.
you're telling me that this is the face of a woman who is just sick and damn tired of getting a morning wood poke every morning.
She said it was in self-defense.
It's
She was. I don't know. I think I might have to.
this is what morning the wood does to women.
Look, she's so sad.
I think she's sad because she's been arrested.
I think she's sad because she have finally had enough.
She finally had enough of that Louisville Slugger and just went straight to the taser. She didn't try to talk to him and say, Harold.
Maybe she had.
She should be happy he's got morning wood at that age. I don't even understand. I'm completely lost. Hash Brown's here. Hey, look, everybody, it's Hash Brown the Bike Dog.
You have to follow her.
Definitely follow her on Instagram at Hash Brown the Bike Dog. And you can also follow our friends, Our Kissing Problem, on Instagram at Our Kissing Problem. Of course, Paradise Gabby Fallen on Instagram. Hopefully we'll find Gabby here sooner or later. I don't think our good friend Ronan James has a Instagram or Twitter, but if you'd like to follow the podcast, we're at Tipcast2 on Twitter and Facebook.com/Tipcast. And that's all the amazing, awesome, wonderful, incredible stuff that we have for you tonight. And for that matter, we are going to sign off now, and we hope that you stay out of trouble. Good night, Jazmine.
Good night, Nigel.
How do you turn this thing off?